Hey everybody, Will Fix here. Got another video for you today. Today we're going to talk about what portion of this $15.7 trillion will XRP get. So we're going to take a look at that. So join me as we look at this video. By the way, if you like this content, please give me a thumbs up, like and subscribe. I would appreciate it. Let's go ahead and get started. So in this video, we're going to cover this particular article, and I want to start kind of in the middle here. Looky here. There's an increasing body of countries that will become dual currency. Now, I don't know how to say this name, but I'm going to give it a shot. Polyhapitia? I don't know. Let's just call it Poly. Okay, so Polly, who claimed to have bought $1 million worth of Bitcoin when it was trading around $80, said on the podcast, this person's podcast, he hosts, along with fellow investor David Friedberg, Jason Calacanis, and David Sachs. And here's what they said. They will look at their local currency, and they will look at Bitcoin, and they will say both of these two things are needed. The first for when they're transacting on a daily basis for goods and services, and the second when you need to buy permanent asset that needs to have residual value, they'll buy Bitcoin. El Salvador made history when it adopted Bitcoin as its official currency alongside the US dollar in 2021 with mixed success, sparking debate whether other countries would follow suit, though no major countries have yet. However, Polly added he thinks that there are a lot of countries that will never look at Bitcoin credibly, even if they support it, with the U.S. perhaps one of those. Polly pointed to his historical Bitcoin price charts that shows huge increases in the Bitcoin price following so-called Bitcoin halvings that reduce the supply of new Bitcoin issued to miners and maintain the network. The largest Bitcoin halving, its fourth, which cut the daily supply of new Bitcoin from around 900 to 450, happened this last April. If Bitcoin prices repeats its past performance after this halving, it could soar to almost $500,000 by October 2025. If you apply these averages, they're by no means Bitcoin price predictions. They're just guesses. You start to see what could happen if you take advantage of the last few cycles. Polly said the average of the cycle 2 and 3 is some really meaningful appreciation. So the second and third halving, he sees a lot of appreciation. Historical Bitcoin price data shows that after previous Bitcoin halvings, the Bitcoin price peaked around 18 months after the supply cut. If this thing gets to these levels of appreciation, it's going to completely replace gold and become something that has transactional utility for hard assets, Polly said. If you marry that with the fear that some folks have about dollar debasement, you start to see some interesting opportunities. All right, so here's an update as of the 3rd of this month. The Federal Reserve Bank of New York has written a report outlining the narratives around declining dollar shares in official reserves and increasing roles of gold holdings by central banks, which it says has been inappropriately generalized beyond the actions of a small group of countries. Now, this is where we're getting to how much of this 15.7 trillion, what is the curiosity here? What 15.7 trillion? And is XRP going to get some of that, and how much? We're getting ready to look at that. We might not have that exact answer, but I want you to see this. The report The report authors found global central banks and finance ministries held nearly 12 trillion of foreign exchange reserves as of the end of 2023, with nearly 7 trillion composed of US dollar assets. World Gold Council data shows global central banks purchased over 1,100 tons of gold in 2022, more than double the purchase amounts of the previous year, and maintained a similar purchase level of 2023, according to the report. The Fed now admits some countries are moving to gold. Tech investor and former Coinbase chief technology officer, whatever that name is, I'm not going to butcher it, posted to X, pointing to what the Fed says is a small group. That represents 3 billion people. So 37.5% of the world is moving away from the dollars towards gold. So where's this 15.7 trillion? Here we go. I'm going to get to that right here. Earlier, not here, but just in a second. Earlier this year, Bank of America analysts warned that the U.S. debt load is about to ramp up to 1 trillion every 100 days, fueling a Bitcoin price surge. The U.S. national debt is rising by 1 trillion every 100 days, Michael Hartnett, chief strategist of Bank of America, wrote in a note to clients seen by CNBC, adding the title, "Wonder Debt Debasement Trades Closing at All-Time Highs." All right. Hartnett predicted the newly created spot Bitcoin ETFs that have the Wall Street by storm over the course of the blowout and the part of the collapse of the U.S. dollar. The latest halving came hot on the heels of the landmark approved by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, held by Gary Gensler, of a fleet of spot Bitcoin ETFs following the campaign by crypto manager Grayscale. "We've commercialized Bitcoin," Polly says. "My big prediction for 2024 is these ETFs will allow Bitcoin to cross the chasm and have its central key moment." Now, here's where I want to talk about how much of $15.7 trillion will XRP get. Well, look at this. Look at the title of this. The Fed quietly admits gold is replacing the dollar as collapse fear predicted to trigger a $15.7 trillion ETF Bitcoin price flip. But come on, man. All of that gold money is not going to Bitcoin. It's not there. Bitcoin is a huge deal, right? But it is not like, it's not established in any way, shape, or form with the speed and the ability of XRP and Ripple. Ripple and XRP set up all over the world. You know where the rails are? Everywhere the internet is. You know, it's not like they're laying new tracks or running new wire. When they talk about the rails for XRP, they're talking about the internet, man. So it's real simple. The one with the most widespread possibility of adoption is where the money's going to go, because the money's not going to stay wherever it gets headed. When it gets shifted, it's going to want to move. Well, Bitcoin ain't going to be where you're wanting to move it. So though this article, this is probably written by somebody who's a Bitcoin maxi, why are they supposing it's going to go to Bitcoin? You know? So my question is, how much of that's going to come to XRP? How much is going to come to Ripple? Because when these people start making decisions, some of them are going to tokenize gold, right? So if they're going to tokenize gold, they're not going to do that with Bitcoin. So this article, I want to know, I wonder how much of this, and we can start figuring, right? I could have made up a figure and titled it, but really the question is, I wonder how much, if this is true, and this becomes that this $15.7 trillion is going to move, XRP is going to get some of that, man. You know, there's going to be some of that tokenized by, who's been tokenizing it lately, has XDC, HBAR, you know, CASPA is there's companies that are tokenizing portions of gold. Who's going to get some of that? This wave of $15.7 trillion shifting, man, XRP, in my opinion, is going to get some of that. So that's the question I wanted to ask. And I want to ask you, how much do you think? Should we just figure a portion? And if so, how much of a portion? The writer of this article was probably a Bitcoin maxi. But you know as well as I do that Bitcoin isn't able, people aren't able to, first of all, are you gonna tokenize the gold? Are you going to take 15.7 trillion and move it into Bitcoin, or are you going to tokenize it? If you're going to tokenize it, you're not going to use Bitcoin, you know. And if you're wanting to move the money, you're not going to use Bitcoin. So whoever was deciding to suggest that Bitcoin's going to get that money, I'd say no. But if they're going to free up $15.7 trillion, I'd say XRP is going to get some of that. So I guess that's just open for our own speculation. But anyway, isn't that interesting? You know, so I see articles that they don't include XRP, and I'm like, yeah, it all depends on who's writing the article, isn't it? It's going to go all kinds of places, not all in one big hole. Hey, if you like this content, like and subscribe. I'm going to close out for now. I appreciate you watching today, and I'll see you next video.